Hi friends and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be making some super cosy pants for lounging around the flat. It's that time of year again where we get the spooky mugs out and we decorate everything with pumpkins. It's my favourite time of year. It's starting to get cool as well now, so I'm not a hot sweaty mess all the time. One thing that I do end up doing this time of year is pretty much living in pyjamas. It's for a mixture of reasons. Part of it is laziness, part of it's just wanting to be comfy, and another part of it is a sensory thing. I like the feeling of having nice soft fabrics on me, and pyjamas tend to be in nice soft fabrics. Last time I bought new PJs was a couple of years ago now, and I have worn them to death. So I think it's time for me to have some new pyjama bottoms. I found this super cute fabric in Abercan. I'm not 100% sure how much fabric is here. I've not measured it, but it looks like it should be enough. If you've never been to Abercan, it's great. The one in Liverpool has got a big shopping area downstairs, which is just full of baskets of just like offcuts and stuff, and you buy it by weight. So if you only need a metre, they'll cut you a metre off, otherwise you can just buy whatever's there. And yeah, I think this cost me about £6 for the lot of this, which is awesome. And it's really cute. It's got a really cute little guy on it. I think it's a panda unicorn, I'm not 100% sure. But it's cute. For the pattern, I am going to be using a pyjama bottoms pattern from this book. I will leave a link to it in the description. It's really good. All the patterns in here are like kind of got a retro feel to them, which I quite like. It's from one of the contestants from the Great British Sewing Bee. I'm a little bit low on spoons, otherwise I would make my own pattern, but I feel pyjama bottoms, you can't really go wrong with a commercial pattern for that. This book comes with a bunch of patterns in the back, but they are all on one sheet. So what I need to do is trace it out onto some pattern paper for me. And by pattern paper, I mean wrapping paper. Right, let's get cracking. Okay, so it looks like the pyjama bottoms pattern isn't too bad. Like, the other ones have got like multiple patterns all on one. This one seems to just be two sides. So we've got the back and the front leg on that side and the pocket. And then we've got the back leg and the front there. So all I need to do is trace them, align them. I'm going to keep this pattern because you never know, I might change sizes again. My weight tends to fluctuate, so I don't want to be kind of stuck with just one size. Something that I do really like about this, actually, you're probably not going to be able to see the key up here, but the sizes just go from 1 to 8. They don't do your typical like size 10, size 12, like that kind of thing. And the explanation in the book for that is because those sizes like don't really mean anything. Like they're completely different depending on what shop you go in. So there's just a simple guide in the book with these are your measurements, this is what it corresponds to in my book. Cut that size, which is so much simpler. I have ran into that problem before where thinking, okay, so I'm a size like 14 to 16, I'll cut out that size. Oh wait, it's something completely different. So yeah, I'm happy about that. So I'm going to get this cut out and then we can start doing some Tetris on the fabric. I use my spiky boy, otherwise known as a tracing wheel, to trace around the pattern. This transfers perforations to the paper below, leaving the outline of the pattern. Right, we have a problem. I'm coming up about 4 inches short. I've tried rearranging everything multiple times and no matter what I do, it's still a little bit short. So what I'm going to do is cut the last 4 inches off the bottom and then make a little band out of the spare fabric that I've got here. This pattern doesn't have a waistband, so I don't need to worry about needing fabric for that. I'm pretty sure I've not read through the instructions yet because I don't do instructions, but I'm pretty sure it's a case of folding it over and creating like a little pocket for a drawstring to go through. So don't need to worry about that. Should have enough for a pocket. I might not be able to get all of it out of there, we shall see. It depends on how much fabric I've got left after doing the strips to tack onto the bottom. I will definitely have enough fabric to at least do some little facing pieces, and then I can use a different fabric to do the rest of the pocket if needs be. Right, managed to do some Tetris and everything fits in, and it looks like I will be able to get 2 pockets out of this. Luckily, this pattern comes with seam allowance included, so I was able to like properly butt stuff up right against each other. The only places where I need to now add seam allowance are to the bottom of the main leg pieces and the tops of the cut-off pieces. Right, everything has been serged. I probably could have got away with not serging it. It didn't fray very much at all, just a teeny bit. But I'm going to be getting a lot of wear out of these. Like, be prepared if they fit. Be prepared to see these in pretty much every video through autumn and winter. So they're going to be going in the wash a lot. They're going to be getting a lot of wear. So I thought best be safe and serge my edges. First thing I need to do now is attach those bits on the bottom so that I'm working with the full length of the legs again. Then we're doing pockets. I forgot to mark on the notches for where the pockets will have to go, so it looks like I'm going to have to unfold that big pattern again to figure out where the notches are going to go, so fun times. I attached the bottom of the legs and then pressed open my seams. Okay, so it looks like that pocket that was on the pattern wasn't actually for these. I mean, why you'd make pyjama bottoms without pockets, I don't know. Like, where are you going to put your snacks? It makes no sense to me. Which means I'm going to have to figure out where these pockets are supposed to go myself. I'm thinking the easiest way to do that is going to be to just get a pair of my existing pants and measure where the pocket starts from there, because when I've guessed in the past, I've always ended up like an inch or 2 out, so I'm going to play it safe this time. I attached each side of the pockets to the sides of the pattern pieces along the opening edge. I then pinned the sides of the legs going around the pocket and stitched them together. Next, I stitched the front and back pieces together and pressed the seams open. I completed my legs by sewing the inside seam through the crotch. I reinforced this area a bit just for added security. I did a simple turned hem, turning it a ½ inch and then a full inch. I turned the waistband a ½ inch and then another ½ inch and stitched it down to create a channel. I then poked holes in the front, used a buttonhole stitch to create eyelets, and then threaded some cord through. That was a nice little one-day project. I'm so happy with how it turned out. They're so comfy and the fabric is so nice and soft. Seriously, I'm going to be wearing these for ages. I'm going to wear them out. So, like I said earlier in the video, be prepared to see these showing up in more videos because I'm going to be wearing them all the time. I'm probably going to swap out the tie around the waist at some point because this is one that was just kind of salvaged out of some other pants of me fellas. So it's kind of grey and doesn't really match. The only other little thing is with the fit. This was to be expected. Like using a commercial pattern. Little bit tight around the bum. Like, not in an uncomfortable way, just in a kind of verging on wedgie kind of way, because most patterns don't really accommodate a larger behind. Like I say, not a problem though, and they have plenty of ease in them anyway, so they are really comfortable. So yeah, this was just a really nice, quick, cosy little video for you. If you enjoyed it, then giving this video a little like will be very much appreciated. It helps the algorithm know that you want to see more videos like this. And if you do want to see more videos like this, then why not subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you'll be notified next time I upload a video. I do my very best to upload a new video every Friday. Thanks very much for watching. YouTube is telling me that you might like this video next, and I will see you next time. Bye!